Good morning. Good morning. Here we are again for our meditation. As always, just let everything settle in and see who is joining us live. And if you're joining on the replay, just pop a little hi below. Gosh, we know it's summer, those of us in southeast Queensland. We have had such a humid week, haven't we? And I'm sitting here in this womb room and clinic space that I have. Whew. And it is the hottest it has ever been in the morning. Normally it's quite cold at the back of the house, south end of the house. Good morning, beautiful Wendy. And normally it's really cool in here until the afternoon. And gosh, I've got I've had the window open all night, the fan's going. Not too loud, because not too much because I thought it might be a bit loud, but oh, it is so warm. So wherever you are, I hope you're nice and cool. As we come into our meditation today, the second meditation for the base chakra. And as always, just going a little bit deeper in the practicalities or the healing aspect of activating this chakra. And today we're going to be invoking the energy and support of Ganesha energy. And Ganesha, you may have seen quite often, is quite a common figure. He's the elephant-headed god or energy, however you want to see it. And the energy of Ganesha is the gatekeeper to the ascension energy in the spine, so to that Kundalini energy, ensuring that you only awaken as fast as you have the capacity for, because there's a lot of power and energy in your body. There's a lot of feelings to be felt on so many levels, and as you broaden and expand more in your capacity to fully embody your divine nature, there comes with it even more feelings, right, in different ways. And so the Ganesha energy in the base chakra, part of its reason to be, if you like, is to ensure that that growth happens at a level that your mind, body, spirit can manage, can deal with. Otherwise we can kind of like blow circuits. It can be a little full on, yeah. There's a term which I really liked when I heard it about trauma, and that trauma is just something that happened too much, too fast, right? Too much, too fast. And the same thing can happen on the spiritual path. We want a steady growth. We don't want to force this awakening, because we have to be able to hold it. There's a lot that needs to happen to prepare your mind, body, spirit on this path of ascension. It's a gentle expansion. You know, that's why when I was running the Beacon Community Program, it was a year program, because it was about the steady mastery of your beingness, of the yoga journey. And, you know, I encourage everyone to, you know, have a mentor, you know, or even just when you're going to like a yoga class rather than perhaps at home, because, or coming to these meditations each week, because it's that steady repetition and deepening that means that this stuff becomes a lifestyle rather than just, you know, a hit of elevated state. Good morning, beautiful Yvette. And when it becomes a lifestyle, we change our whole perception, we change how we live, we change how we be, and then grace starts to flow through us. Now, some of the things that can inhibit that on the path, good morning, Miss Kerry, is of course our fears around being different, our fears around our worthiness, our fears around what happens when we hit a bit of a wall of like failing, of being right, of being wrong. Oh my gosh, there are so many fears, right? We could sit here and list fears all day. The number one thing we know is going to happen in our human body is we're going to experience some kind of fear. Now, base chakra really helps us with, and this Ganesha mantra that we're going to do today really helps us in navigating those fears, in trusting the path, in trusting that you belong, like we did last week, that you have a purpose, that you have a right to be. Therefore, everything that comes into your path is perhaps a necessary part of a path for you to navigate. So instead of when we come up to obstacles or challenges, seeing them as, oh my God, what's happening? I've done something wrong for this to be in my life. And therefore dig into resistance and problem solving and, or worrying around the probleming and, questioning and judging. If instead we come up against an obstacle with curiosity, with patience, and with feeling, well, what is in this for me, then usually, right, every time I've come across this is what I found, there is a really deep learning in it for you. And if you accept the learning, then the obstacle dissolves and you move through. Or you come up against that obstacle and with patience and curiosity, another path simply opens up. You just weren't destined to go down that path, right? Two things happen, right? One, another path opens with patience and curiosity as opposed to resistance. Number two, you got a deep learning to do to be able to move through that obstacle, for it to sort of dissolve as you sit with the discomfort and the challenges that are present in that obstacle, and step by step, one step at a time, deal with it, right? Like any big task or challenge, what do? We take it one breath, one step at a time, rather than freaking out about the whole great big thing. So Ganesha energy and the Ganesha mantra really, really helps us with this, and helps us to find the joy, find the lightness, find the ease, find the patience, and the trust, above all, the trust and faith that we are in the right place, that we haven't stuffed up for good. There is always a way through something. Around it, to the side, under, over, through. There's always a way past an obstacle. Always. Always. Sometimes it's longer. And sometimes it's just our attitude, right? You may feel like you are stuck with something, but you get to change. You get to change. You're in charge of you. And it's only when we change that often our environment starts to change for the better. Yeah. So similar tools to last week, the Prithvi Mudra for grounding, for trust. We're still going to be lengthening the exhale, like rooting down that energy, because fear brings anxiety, right? And that's an up and out energy. We want to really anchor down to feel this continued sense of, I trust where I am, I trust the path, I belong here. It doesn't mean that you put up with not healthy situations in your life. It doesn't mean that. It means I trust my inner path, I trust my inner navigation system. And I do trust that there's a learning in here for me, wherever you are in your environment, in your work, in your relationships, where you find yourself. But it doesn't mean you have to resign yourself to staying there. The Ganesha energy, base chakra, is about being able to ascend out of that, is being able to elevate through learning and choosing a different path, a different way through. It's still your path, it just might look different. Yeah. So we're going to be pausing at the end of the exhale, and that is to really train ourselves not to rush, that we don't have to rush, we don't have to hurry. Sometimes on the path there are especially as we move forward on the spiritual path, things can happen very quickly. And you'll know when you're guided to do that. But when there's an urgency and a stress behind something, pushing you, telling you should do something quickly, that's not the kind of speed, right? That's helpful. That's pressure of like, I need to do this because I'm going to get it wrong, or something's going to happen, or and microcane keeps falling over. Sorry if you keep getting a doof. Just going to try and get it to balance here. So we're talking patience and quick action when required. Yeah. All right, I think I've got it. So the long exhales of the pause at the end, the Loma Kumbhaka Chakra, is training us to not rush the breath, that we can pause, that there's infinite potential in the spaces. Yeah? If you don't know the answer to your next step, if you are getting anxious, worried, caught up in your head, you need to spend more time in stillness and silence. This end of the exhale pause trains us to suspend in that potentiality, to feel the safety in that space, to feel the potential in that space, to not feel hurried or pushed. And then trusting that the answer will come, trusting that the breath will come without being forced. Yeah. Alrighty, let's do this. Let's check if we've got any more comments here this morning. All right, let's go. So Prithvi Mudra, closing your eyes, and the mantra which is written in the box, most of you have done this, but if we have any new ones coming on later, Om Gum Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gum Ganapataye Namaha is a mantra to invoke this feeling and the energy of trusting the path and being able to navigate any obstacles that come up in the path in a joyful, peaceful, patient way. So closing your eyes, it's feeling to what has arisen within you through the sharing this morning already. You may be someone that feels like they're right in the middle of a big obstacle at the moment, or they're facing one, or you might be thinking about one that's coming up later today, something you feel like you have to tackle, or something that you went through last week. Just allow all of that to be there without needing to attach your mental energy to it. And just allow your physical body to be, settling in the allowing of your surroundings, the acknowledgement of the sounds and sensations. Feel yourself taking a few more focused breaths out. And as you breathe out, feeling yourself just grounding. Settling into your body even more. Settling back into your spine. Into your pelvic bowl. Anchoring the awareness through your spine into your pelvic bowl. Navel center. Feeling your body against the seat or the floor, and connecting your awareness through that into the earth, sending roots of your awareness deep down into the earth. Feel your whole body relax as you make this connection, like plugging in. We always have this capacity, but if you just like, you know, your TV or whatever it is you plug in, until you actually plug it in and switch it on, you don't have access to that power behind the wall. So plugging into the earth with gratitude. And today we're going to start with the mantra. So bring your awareness right into your base chakra, your perineum, your whole seat. Perhaps you like to bring in the color of a deep ochre red. And as we start to say the mantra, feel as if the words and the sound waves, that resonance is coming from your base chakra and rippling out, breaking through resistance and obstacles. Obstacles come because of our own inner resistance, and opportunities to grow. But we need to grow where we have inner resistance, right? So, or where we have ignorance or blind spots. So let's feel the mantra, shaking it loose. Om Gum Ganapataye Namaha. 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 Swaha, Swaha, Swaha. Sitting in the frequency of the mantra. Notice how you feel. And then begin to focus on your exhale. I don't want you to count today. Just focus on the exhale. And lengthen the exhale. Put a little more action, so it's less passive. You are actively drawing the exhale out, perhaps drawing the navel center in and up a little. You'll find that the inhale then becomes more passive and full. But I don't want you to strain, so just lengthen and put a little more focus on the exhale without going all the way to the end of your capacity. And if it feels comfortable, start to pause at the end of that exhale. Just hover in the nothingness, in the void. It might be some time before you take a breath, or it might just be a second. And whenever your body feels to, let it take a breath in. And then a relaxed breath out now. And again, pause. Find your own rhythm here. Some of you will be able to just rest in that pause for quite a while. Some of you just for a moment. Let a nice full breath come in, whatever wants to come in. A relaxed breath out. And again, pause. Keep breathing in this way, you will all have a different rhythm. You're not trying to force pausing in that space in between. You are just allowing as much space as you really need. As you are able to just rest and sit in that space. Can you feel the difference? And then you let the breath just flow in, as your body knows it will, as you are learning that it will. And now let go of controlling the breath. You may now find that your breath is very light, very spacious. And I want to imagine yourself now in a beautiful forest where the light is just coming through the trees in that gorgeous golden light way, where you see a little sparkles of sunlight and some shadows, but it feels warm and inviting and such a beautiful place to be. And then I invite you now to close your eyes. There's a path ahead of you saw it just before. And you're going to start to just slowly walk on this path. You know the path is there, but now you can't see it. So you're slowly just going to walk on the path, feeling your body, feeling your feet on the floor, being awake and aware of your inner intuition, any hunches, sensations, emotion. And slowly just start to walk on the path. Trusting that if there are any obstacles in the path, you are going to naturally know when to pause and when to slightly change the course of your direction. So just walk slowly now. Remembering what I said, that sometimes when we pause, it gives time for that obstacle to dissolve. We get to manage whatever it is, deal with the learning, and get to move straight through. At other times, the course needs to deviate. So walking through this beautiful forest with your eyes lightly closed, trusting your inner navigation of when you need to pause and when you may need to slightly deviate the path. And notice how you feel. Can you feel all of your senses alive? Not with fear or worry, but with feeling, receptivity, merging and responding to your environment. You become one with the forest. So much so that you feel like you could start to pick up the pace. You start to have a little skip in your step. Perhaps a little breakout dance move every now and then. You're practically dancing through the forest. All of your senses are listening, receiving. You can feel that you are naturally just skirting around boulders and trees, and you are finding the easiest route through this forest. And you can feel your joy elevating at the wonder that you are actually doing this, the awe that you are finding this way through without using your seeing eyes. And it feels great. You feel relaxed but powerful. Maybe you pause for a moment in a little sunspot just to soak up these beautiful filtered rays coming down through the trees, just to bathe in the moment. And now open your eyes in your mind's eye and see the environment that you might be in today, just in your mind's eye. Start to see ahead of you some of your day. You don't know all of your day yet, even if you think you do. But you have an idea of some of the things that you might be doing and where you'll be going. Perhaps there's a meeting, perhaps there's a particular task that needs doing. Maybe today is quite clear, but you know that there's something coming up later in the week that perhaps prior to this felt a little challenging. And I want you to feel yourself moving through your day or moving through that task or meeting or whatever it is with the same level of heightened awareness, yet relaxed. This heightened listening, receptivity, an ability to navigate with ease anything that arises, to know what to say, to know what to say yes to say no to respond, to know what to do, how to move. Feel yourself dancing through your day or your days. got a big smile on your face? I know I have. So taking a deeper breath in and out now. Becoming aware of your immediate surroundings and your own physical body. Slowly prepare yourself to open your eyes. And as you open your eyes, just start to look around you. Notice how you feel. You have more joy. You know, even if you have something that's a little sad, you know, because we have sad emotions, right? We have human emotions. We're not trying to get rid of those. But even if there's something challenging or sad in your world at the moment that you need to move through, it's also okay to simultaneously sustain your peace. You can have multiple emotions. Nothing needs to steal that unwavering peace and quiet joy. You can have that and move through difficult emotions. Trust me. So let me know how that was for you, moving through the forest, moving through with faith, moving through and feeling your ability to navigate intuitively. I'd love to hear how that felt for you and how you're feeling now in your body, in your energy. Remember, I always encourage you to share because it puts words to feeling, and what that does, and words to experience, it affirms your experience. Because when we move out of this meditative space, we don't want to lose that capacity and go, oh, it's okay when I'm on the mat, but I can't do it when I'm out here in the world. When we put words to it, when we express it, when we affirm it, it makes it more real. It makes it a more concrete experience. We are saying, yes, I am that. I have the capacity for that all of the time. And when I practice it here on the mat or on the floor or on your chair, I increase my ability to call in that awareness, to call in that state of being, to be and live my practice all of the time. Kerry, love the Ganesha mantra. Yes, such a joyful mantra. The filtered light on the path, feeling certain and secure and guided. Yeah, beautiful. Exactly all of that. Love that you're receiving that and feeling that. I am that. And can you feel the difference, everyone? If anyone else is listening to this, you know, Kerry's affirmation there is like, I feel certain and secure and guided. You can feel that during the meditation, and you affirm that now because you are that, and we forget that we are that. So it's like, yes, I am feeling certain of my path. I feel secure. I feel guided. Yeah? Beautiful. Love it. And I'll check in with any others that come through in a moment, but just over 30 minutes. Have a beautiful day. This, like everyone I say, but it's such a great meditation to do every day or to come back to if you find yourself up against a little bit of a closed door or an obstacle or a challenge. This is a great meditation to remember that it's here on the page. There's a few of them now that we've gone through the whole cycle a few times, so there might be one that speaks to you a little bit more. Remember, you can always come back and resource this whenever you need to, or have it as a daily practice. All right, beautiful souls, have a great day. It looks like we may have had a few challenges with our connection, so I'm hoping that the replay will be all good. Wendy's joyously dancing in the forest. Yeah, beautiful. All right, everyone, have a fantastic week. May Ganesha be, the energy of Ganesha be with you and within you. So much love to you all.